imagine what you think happened at the end. Are you ready, Jennifer?
Yes.
Fantastic. So I was younger than you, about 18, first time, independent travelling, and I and my friend Simon were travelling around Europe. We were hitchhiking for 2 months. We didn't have much money. And it was really exciting because we met so many interesting people who stopped and gave us a lift. Sometimes we had some dangerous experiences. Let me tell you about one. So we travelled from France into Italy. And when we were in Italy, we had a nice time, and then we wanted to come back into France through the Mont Blanc tunnel into Chamonix. So it's a long tunnel through the Alps back into France. But when we were leaving Italy, it was raining hard. It was only August, it was summer, but it was heavy rain. And we were hitching in the rain, it was a bit miserable, and then a car stopped. And it was a tiny car, an old Fiat. Now, you can't imagine, back in the 1980s, this Fiat was so tiny. Yeah? And inside the car were 2 girls, the same age as us, maybe 18 years old, and they stopped. And we were these 2 quite tall, very thin young men. I was very thin in those days. I know, yeah, use your imagination. And they think, get in the car, we're going to France. So we got in the car, squashed in, rucksack in the back, okay? Behind these 2 Italian girls, we started going up the mountain. As we went up the mountain, the road was winding up towards the Mont Blanc tunnel. And we came to the Mont Blanc tunnel. All the time we were talking. These Italian girls were really, really friendly, really chatting. So we got into the Mont Blanc tunnel. We went into the tunnel. Halfway through the tunnel, between France and Italy, is the border, the border control. Got to the border control, we were stopped. Now, in those days, there wasn't free passage. You had to use your passport, even in Europe, between European countries. And these Italian girls, did they have their papers? No. They didn't have their papers. They didn't have their passport. So the border control said, you can't come into France. And they said, okay, well, okay, and we'll let these 2 boys out. Oh no, you cannot get out inside the tunnel. No pedestrians. You have to go back. Okay, so we turned around with these Italian girls, and we said, when we get to the outside the tunnel, then you can stop there in the mountains, and we will hitchhike. But when we got out of the tunnel, it was raining so hard, and there was nowhere for us to shelter, so we decided, all right, take us back to the next town, Courmayeur. So we were going down to the town, and the road was going round, and it was raining really hard, and the roads were quite dangerous, and the girl who was driving, she kept looking behind, talking, because we were kind of talking a mix of Italian and French, and it was, and she, okay, stop. Okay. Okay. What happened at the end of the story? What do you imagine was the end of this story? So turn to the person next to you, A and B. A, I want you to give a happy ending. B, I want you to give an unhappy ending.
Is when the girl just keep talking with the 2 boys just behind her, and at this time a car in another way just coming from here, from there and to them. So the 2 cars just bumped together, but it's not too hard. But it makes the car didn't work anymore. And also at that time, it was the hard raining, so they can't back to the hotel, they can't do anything, just stay there and to wait for the raining stop. So
yeah, we were driving down, getting closer and closer to Courmayeur. The rain was really heavy, the road was winding, the girl was turning her head over her shoulder and chatting, and I was worried. I thought, this is not safe. She's a young driver, maybe 18 years old, she hasn't got experience. I was really worried, and then sure enough, she braked too suddenly going around the corner. and we were going towards the edge of the mountain. And I could just see, we're going to go over the edge of the mountain, and this is the end. And I saw my life flash before me. And then, fortunately, another car was coming in the other direction. And instead of going over the mountain, we crashed with that car, and it stopped us. And both of us were on the edge of the mountain.
Really?
No, it's true. I was, for a few moments, I think I was in shock. I just sat there, and then I got out of the car, and my friend Simon got out of the car, but the two girls were not wearing seatbelts. And they had hit their head hard on the windscreen when they crashed, and they were unconscious. They were unconscious. So the driver of the other car was also injured, but okay, and other drivers stopped. And of course, this was the day before mobile phones. There were no mobile phones. So somebody drove down to make a telephone call to call the ambulance. So it was a long time before the ambulance came, maybe 30 or 40 minutes. And during that time, me and my friend Simon were looking. Somebody took the girls out of the car. And it was raining, and we were trying to keep them awake because they were half conscious. And we were saying, "Ça va, ça va." Ne dorme pas, don't sleep in French. Ne dors pas, ne dormez pas. And they kind of unconscious, and then in the end the ambulance came, and the ambulance took them to hospital, and we were taken by the police back to Courmayeur, and we spent the night in camping. I think we had a tent on our back. And the next day we went to the hospital, and the girls had been in the hospital overnight, but we met them and they were okay. They were injured, but they were okay. And we said goodbye, and we continued on our travel. But that was very close to death. True story. So this is an anecdote. What's an anecdote? A true story, a true personal story. Can you think of a short anecdote? Okay, a short anecdote from your experience. And where something happened, maybe something interesting happened at the end. So, can you think of a story?
I did hitchhike in a local city in Japan called Kagawa, and you probably don't know. Finally I got very old car with old car, and
I don't really know. I don't know, just driver ask it. Yes. I don't know. I think fortunately the police car is going standing at the edge of the road, motorway, and fortunately the police car was coming nearby him and stopped behind him and take him to the way out. And then he can manage to get somewhere else.
I think while he get out, and as he told, it was very dangerous. Maybe one car crashed,
It's a normal animal.
and after that he was unconscious, maybe. And one of the drivers stopped and picked him up and hospital, and he was maybe there several days, and after that he recovered, went home.
as I said, the police was coming to next to me, but police thought I'm like a prisoner or crime because he shouted by speaker, "Stop! Don't escape! Stop!"
For you?
Yeah, to me.
You were escaping from.
No way. But police thought I'm like a prisoner. And you know, for me, it's really happy to meet police because otherwise I can't get out from there. So I said, I am not escape. So please help me. And police take notes of my address, name, and my job. And he said, why is doing such a stupid thing in Japan? Because in Japan it's not normal to do such hitchhiking. Especially on the highway, it's no way. No, it's crazy. So I thought,
I think the fault it was not your fault, the driver's fault.
yeah, but also I get out, so it was also my fault. Because I was also stupid, but
What you can do? He told you.
yeah, it's true. And driver is also crazy because he must know the rule of highway. So finally, police take out to the another city. But fortunately, it was a place where I wanted to go there. So
Do you repeat this again? Make it again.